What do you mean how we're playing?
You didn't seem to have your A game tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant
First half.
so tonight. Yeah, certainly not our A game. We did some things well, other things we need to be better at. We lost some people in their end to give up rush chances against a team that thrives on the rush. We had to address that, but got to get out there and mentally dialed into it. And eventually, I thought, even though we gave up that goal early in the third, another example, we got two guys trapped low in a PK where they got a rush. I thought we fought back after that. We turned one over there. Clifton on the rush, I think, was an ill-advised play by him that Doc gets a good look. But other than that, I thought we got to our game better to get chances in the O-zone and limit them, and eventually we got one.
Your defenseman seems like it's more of a shooting mentality. Has that been talked about in the room?
Well, we're trying to generate more offense, and from our back end, there's usually two ways: is taking out the power play, of course, is offensive blue line, getting your shots through to the net, and then supporting the rush. We're trying to build a bit of both. And if we can get more shots through, it leads to second chances. And we've got a lot of lines that are willing to go to the net. Coyle's goal is a good example of that. They'll go for second chances. And no six line will certainly get there. And out west, Foligno, Froden, and I think it was Nosek, they got rewarded for that. So, yes, that is an area that we need to be better at, finding our shooting lanes. And that's, where we got to stay with it, is make sure, how do you find your shooting lane, right? Either got to move your feet or the puck's got to move quick and get it off. So that there's some skill involved there, Ty, and I think that's an area that our guys have to keep working on.
Good and bad. What do you want Jack to take from tonight?
Well, he's got to play to his strength, and when he has the puck on his stick, he's got to be moving and making plays that result in opportunities at the net, right? And I thought he started to do a better job of that in the second period, scored a goal, made a play down low to Marshy. Understand the power play, who the shooter, where does it run through. He hasn't been here a lot for that part, but he's going to have to pick it up quick. On the defensive side of things, it's just angles and playing your, like the goal that, the second one, I thought he did a not bad job. He keeps the guy low and outside on his backhand. The guy happens to wrap it around. I don't think that's a poor play by the D. Where it got muddled is when he went to cut him off at the far post. His stick, I think, got stuck in Swayman. So, you got to clean that up. But how he played the play was fine, and that's what he has to do if he can't end it in the corner. I think there's some learning curves in that part of it. Transition game, value every touch, I think, is the message to him. Every touch he has to value. It's like when Grizz came up. That's your bread and butter is going to be, passing the puck up the ice and giving the forward some transition opportunities in those areas. And he has to make sure he's very clean with those. Or otherwise, if he's not, then, most teams are going to prefer a bigger body to do the other things, right? So that's where he has to be good, and we'll keep working with him on it.
What do you like about the final 5 minutes? How you guys closed?
Well, I think we had an attack mentality. I thought Taylor Hall's line really picked it up in the third. He got skating more, attacked through the middle of the ice. I don't know who made the play was it McAvoy in the slot? Like we started, we were playing to win the hockey game, which is I like, without, like as I said, one of the rushes by Cliffy made a poor decision to try to challenge people when we didn't have numbers. Other than that, I thought we did a good job with that. And trying to go on the attack and get the next goal. So that's what I liked about it. And we didn't sell the farm to do it. It wasn't trading chances, every time and poor decisions.
Coach, you got this team again next week going to be between Arizona. Teams like that are out of the playoffs. What makes them so dangerous, so to speak, at this time of year?
Well, they have nothing to lose. They can play their game. And if the game isn't one of those tight checking physical ones where you're used to against the teams that are, still fighting to get into the playoffs, then you get loose, and then it can go either way. Like it went our way tonight, but it got loose and could have went either way. And I'm sure, Saturday, if we're not careful, eventually you got to get to your game, the game you need to play, which is straight lines, manage the puck, play with a certain level of structure. Doesn't mean you can't score goals. But you can't get, like the first goal, right? I mean, it's Kane and DeBrincat. I mean, they do this every night to teams. they're their 2 leading scorers, and we give them a 4-on-1. Like, it's just not smart hockey. It's not good hockey. It's we didn't have a high forward. Our deep, kind of jumps down there, and those are the things you got to avoid. And I think that's all between the ears. Just play the right way. Play the right way. You're the better team for a reason. Play the right way. And players don't always want to hear for 82 nights, play the right way, but that's our job, is to make sure that we get them to play the right way as much as possible. And I think today eventually we got to it in the third period specifically.
After having the conversation the other day about closing out games instead of having you guys better be gratifying to see this evidence that they close out this one that way, and you know yourself.
Yeah, listen, the goal they scored, as I said, I think we were buzzing up ice with our killers, and they probably got a little too aggressive, and so off Chicago comes. But I think the play hits Charlie and bounces in front. I think Sway just missed covering it. I don't know. The puck seemed to be there, and they tap it in. So it wasn't like the first goal we gave up. It wasn't like that. So I think our guys knew, okay, they got one. They have some skilled guys that are going to cash in. So let's start our push again. So I like that part, that we responded well. It didn't bother us that much. We kept sort of after it offensively. So, and then for us to score one late, all the ones we've given up late, yeah, that's a nice turn of events for us. And hopefully, Jimmy said that going into Arizona, we can build off that good habits we did in the third and not have to talk about the bad habits after the first intermission and work our way all night to get out of it.
One more. A year into Taylor Hall's time here, what have you appreciated most about his intangibles? When he did the final play, wins the puck in the corner, and obviously puts it out towards the front of the net. Is there stuff you've learned about him maybe you didn't know about his intangibles this time period?
Well, listen, you see the obvious speed, but I didn't know him that well as a player. He was in Jersey when we saw him the most. I think his ability to separate and obviously make something out of nothing. We saw it a couple of rushes tonight. Was something that we've certainly noticed here. His willingness to play a 200-foot game is something he's really bought into here. There's a reason he's out in the last minute. We don't, we're not thinking, it's just going to be score or bust. He wants to check well. He wants to check to get pucks back. He wants to defend. So that's the part of the game, I guess, that I don't know if I'd call that intangibles, that he's built into his game here. And I can't say if he had it in Arizona or whatnot before, or Buffalo, but I know here he's buying into that. And he's become a better, more trustworthy part of a line in all circumstances. So good for him, because if he wants to play in those situations, you're going to need to be. So, and I think he has.